it's been a lot of fun, and I got to meet some really, really wonderful people. I got to meet, heroes of mine, people that I grew up watching on television, and to be able to be the person who gets to carry on the torch of, the legacy of this franchise, which is so beloved. It feels like a really good, like a great honor.
First, I just saw the video. I said, why this boy? Why him? Because I don't know him. He just shows some English. English is good. Some demonstration. Yeah,
all right.
Mandarin's all right. But my colleague, my stunt team tell me, I said, how's the young guy? He's a good, learn fast, clever. Whatever he learned is so fast. I said, okay. Until on the set, the acting good, very good. Fighting, okay. 合格怎么说?
Acceptable.
Acceptable. Then, most important is behind the scene. When we are not on the screen, I was in the motorhome resting. Then I sit there, I see the corner, I see a young guy. I said, wow, yes, he will be a success. Because some young talent, cut, cell phone.
Yeah, right.
Right? Then cut, cell phone. But he always training, jumping, training. Because he's not in front of me. He don't know. I was watch him from. I think he will success.
Yamazuki, punching block, stronger base. Windmill block, more dynamic.
This is my favorite part of the interview process, is bragging about Ben in front of Ben, because it makes him so comfortable. He loves this part so much. And as a Canadian, I appreciate your Minnesotanness.
Yeah, I'm Minnesotan and Chinese.
So this is like literally the worst thing that could possibly happen to you.
Okay.
And that is one of the reasons why he's so good in this movie. Because you see that humility, dedication, hard work. He is just an inherently decent and good person. He's also very charming and he's very funny. And one of the most impressive things to me off camera, which is what you see on camera, is that his reaction to taking on what is a really significant burden. It's not an easy thing to be the lead of a movie, and it's really not an easy thing to be the lead of a movie where there are already high expectations going in. And his reaction to that was to work harder. Mm-hmm. He showed up every day prepared. He trained like a demon to be able to pull off these fight sequences, and they look amazing. He was always kind. He was always gracious. He was always on time. He always knew his words. And it is a beautiful thing to see this young man get rewarded by this fantastic film that was built around him. And as a fan, for me, to see the baton get passed from generation to generation to generation, and now having the opportunity to introduce my child to the new Karate Kid, I cannot tell you how exciting that is. And he just absolutely knocked this performance out of the park.
He crushes it. So now you have it. Now you have it in stereo. Now you have it in stereo.
Years of therapy.
Yeah, I mean, the preparedness, the dedication, the not taking any of it for granted, understanding that the stage has been set, and showing the respect, whether it be for Jackie, the franchise, myself, the previous filmmakers from 40 years back to today. There was an inherent understanding of that as soon as we met, and that just was an inspiration for me going forward. I mean, I had that with some of the young actors on Cobra Kai as well. But, paying forward this legacy and handing it off to Ben to bring it to this next generation on the big screen, I'm super excited for it. I'm excited for the ability to understand comedy and humor in the moment, so you have that Jackie Chan-esque style that it feels like a young Jackie Chan at times, yet when we went into our Miyagi stuff and I came in with stylistically, how I learned this, and he was very open-minded and open to finding it and adjustments, and so that was, it was like the give and take of creating a language which is in storytelling. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited for him, and I'm excited he had a lot more fighting than I did.
you can't really hide taking a hit, is what I've learned, is because, you know, what they really want when you get hit is the hit and the reaction, right? That's your job as an actor. So every hit that I took, I basically really had to take. Working with Ralph and Jackie, I mean, I've been fans of them for my entire life thus far. You know, I've been watching these movies since I was a kid. Every single one I've seen. Jackie's Karate Kid I saw in a theater with my mom when I was in elementary school, and Ralph's films, you know, when I was in middle school, because my aunt showed them to me. These are movies that for 40 years they get passed down from generation to generation. So to be here with the two of them making the next chapter in the franchise, it's a pretty insane sort of full circle.
I appreciate you coming all this way, Mr. Han, but my life now, I can't just pack up and head to New York. I mean, there's plenty of good dojos.
I want Lee to learn Miyake karate.
It stays true to the themes of the original. So if you're a fan of the franchise and you've been, whether you're a fan or not, it works. It works as a standalone. If you're coming in, you know, not knowing anything because you're entertained by Li Fang's story, but if you know of the franchise, then it's a richer experience because you're getting pieces of the mythology, the legacy, and thematically, the elements that made the Karate Kid what it is today are still true in Li Fang's story. You know, fish out of water, new kid in a new town, product of single parenting, dealing with loss, family loss, his brother, where in my case it was his Daniel Russo's father, positivity, mentorship, you know, being the best version of yourself, when to go through and push through to the overcoming your obstacles. Those are all, I mean, I could go down. It's a list of a lot of things, but they all connect on a human level because we've all experienced that, so it's relatable. What makes it entertainment is the spectacular fight sequences, but the heart and soul has to be on the human side. Otherwise, it's you know, just a video game, you know, and there's enough of those out there. So we care because of the human factor. So I'm excited for new, you know, young fans to enter the franchise through this new 2025 version of chapter in the story, and then they'll back themselves into all the previous you know, chapters. It's pretty unique.
I mean, this movie, it's that kind of movie. It's a movie theater movie. The journey that this character goes on, it's grounded, but it feels, you know, it feels epic at the same time, right? And to go to a theater and to watch these fights, which are intricately choreographed. We shot, you know, it's to make one of these fight scenes just for one move, we would shoot 10, 11, 12, 13 takes until we knew that it looked perfect. Because that's what we know, that, you know, when you see it big, it demands that scrutiny. And we wanted to make sure that we were delivering fights that were, you know, it's the kind of things that you haven't seen very much in films yet. It feels like a new way of shooting these grounded action sequences, and yeah, it feels dynamic and cool, and I think you only get the full experience of that if you go see it in a big theater.
Yeah, and even emotionally, I mean, the fights, yeah, certainly from the action standpoint, big screen, big sound, it's awesome, but there's also, you know, the Karate Kid fabric is a crowd-pleasing story, positivity, families.
If this kind of movie work for me, I think work for everybody. Good, positive energy, good message, lots of action, family movie. Everybody can go to see it.
Yeah, and to share it in the theater is, you know, it's a communal experience. I never forget seeing the first film in a full theater and people jumping out of their chairs and rooting for this kid and this story, and to have that opportunity for this generation to experience that together. It's multi-generational entertainment, and so to share that experience is, you know, it's cool on your phone, but it's awesome in the theater.